Because of the Sardaukar, the Fremen were eradicated. There was no Muad'Dib, no Lisan al-Gaib, no Kwisatz Haderach. I see a universe where I, Paul Atreides...
Ugly baby! A stinky baby! Hey, how are you? That's a smiley baby! A baby! A baby! Shaky, shaky. What are you doing? Ah. dancey baby. A dancey baby. A dancey baby.
You again? What now?
How's it? You're back for more, eh?
Hey, hey, no.
being a menace right now.
What?
He's being a menace right now.
Keep me doing it.
His foot is stuck in the toy. See that toy?
Yeah.
Foot's stuck in it.
Now I can move it later. You don't even be upset about it.
No, he's having a time with his wife.
like, oh no, Mama stepped on me. Bitch, you got in my way.
What time we leaving? Freaking all the shaders.
You got like at least a half hour till we start leaving.
Okay.
Like we start putting everything in the car around 4:30.
Okay. Are you being mean to me?
I'm not. I just don't want you to get so into your game that it hits 4:30 and I'm like, all right, let's start getting everything ready. You're like, no, I gotta get back to my
You guys hear that? Yeah, it never stops. First it's your mom, get off the video game, and then it's we gotta get everything in the car.
This little fucker takes like 30 minutes to get ready.
I'm just kidding. It's at 5:30, right?
It's at 5:30. But it takes us time to get in and out of the car. You know that.
Do you hear him? He's a little savage animal shit. It's gotta be the brown in him. What? You know what I don't get? Even if he did have a transgender girlfriend, it's not like the girlfriend did anything. It's not like they're arrested right now, right? Like, if I go out and commit a crime, it's not because you fucking are a race traitor that I committed the crime, right?
No, but if I go out and commit a crime, they're going to say it's because I'm dating you. Like if I was to be the one who shot Charlie Kirk, they would be like, oh, it's because Charlie Kirk is against immigration. You're an immigrant, and I'm dating you. It's more or less like guilty by association. What they're trying to do is
Yeah, but they would have to arrest them to make them guilty. Because if
no, it's not you are guilty. I'm guilty
for being a fucking race traitor.
for associating with you. It's because I'm dating you, I committed this crime. So they're trying to say, what they're trying to say is because he was dating, and I think they've had to like backtrack on this because he didn't have. Like,
All I'm really hearing outside of like right-wing like sources is that he lived with them, not necessarily.
From what I've heard, he lived with his parents, so he didn't actually live with anyone other than his parents. Is what I've heard.
But why do they keep saying it was his roommate?
I don't know. I think it might have been a friend or something. I keep hearing that he lives with his parents. So I don't know where they got this girlfriend, roommate, anything like that from. Honestly, I feel like they're just trying to associate anybody he may know as, and if that person happens to be transgender. Like they're gonna go as far to say it's somebody in this family is transgender, or if they're not, they just want to associate.
Or some sort of like I feel like that's just such a disservice to like even Charlie Kirk. Like, it's like you're not really focused on actually like getting to the fact of it. You're just focused on making the other side look bad.
That's all it is. Even when people have been asking Trump, like, hey, there's clearly some sort of like discourse in American politics right now. What are you going to do?
He's gonna build a ballroom. He's gonna build a ballroom, Shay. That's what he's gonna do.
He's basically come out and just keep saying, oh, it's only the radical left. The radical left is the criminals. And he doesn't even want to, like, acknowledge anything having to do with the right is wrong at all. He doesn't want to sit here and be like, hey, maybe, like, at least when Trump was shot, Biden came out and said we need to pass sensible gun legislation. Like, Donald Trump should not have been shot. And like, Biden did a really passionate speech about it when Trump was shot. Because he was like, this never should have happened.
I remember, I was there.
And instead of coming out and being like, hey, this should have never happened, it doesn't matter whose side did it, this is something that never should happen. Like, it just drives me crazy because when you ask him, like, what are you going to do about this political discourse? Like, you can't, there's clearly violence coming from both sides. And Trump is like, no, it's just the radical left. I'll walk over the ball.
Building a big old ball.
nobody fucking needs. We don't need a ballroom at the fucking White House.
Yeah, what if you want to have a Cinderella like ball? Okay.
Well, he says he's only gonna have people who pay invited to the ballroom. So, the fuck is the ballroom for?
I don't fucking know, okay.
So like, I just keep seeing people come out, and like, it's literally they just want to blame leftists. The fact that all of them were either making fun of or absolutely ignored it when either Pelosi's husband was beat with a hammer or Melissa Hortman and her husband and her dog were murdered in the middle of the
Listen,
night.
I don't know why the right acts so tough. Like, outside of like the 5 people that are famous on the internet that are fit and shit, we have an obesity epidemic. Basically almost all your white kids are obese. Like, what army do you think they're gonna come up with?
It's just because they believe that the left doesn't know how to use guns. They believe that liberals are so anti-gun that we don't know how to use them.
I mean,
It's crazy.
in order to catch an immigrant, you'd have to actually get up off your ass, Frank.
And they're mad. All those anti-mask people who were crying about masks because we're telling them that they have to wear masks for their health are now mad that California is passing this thing that while on duty, not all the time, on duty, people that are like law enforcement cannot wear masks and hide their face.
So, I mean, I don't know, like, I think it depends on the situation, whether you wear a mask or not, you know? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you should, at the very least, have to identify yourself. You can't just get away with, like, even if you're arresting the person, if they ask for your ID, you should be able to, like, this is my badge number. You know? There should be some sort of identifiable thing. It shouldn't just be like, do what I say, you fucking Mexican.
Right, the fact that ICE agents can come in, not have to ID themselves, not have to show their faces, and come in unmarked cars with no like license plates, they're completely anonymous. Like that is absolutely not okay for any what's the word I'm looking for? Person or agency. If they are an agency of our government.
But I mean, Bush gave him all that power. Remember, that's all the what was it, the Patriot
Which
Act?
is another Republican.
Yeah, but George Bush was pro-immigration. Oh, hi, Shiro. That's a Shiro.
Oh, is that Shiro?
Yeah.
Did you topple over? Did you topple over?
Honestly, you know what I'm extra mad about? The fact that, like, I have to sit here and defend Charlie Kirk. Like,
Defend him? What are you
I don't
defending him
know.
for?
I don't think he should be dead, is the issue. I don't think he should have gotten shot.
I don't think he should have gotten shot either. But, like, that's not defending Charlie Kirk.
It kind of feels like it a little bit.
Sitting here and saying that nobody, doesn't matter their political affiliation, should be shot. Like, that is such a normal thought. Anybody who cannot have that thought, even if it was somebody from the left side, the right should be able to say, nobody should be shot.
Poor soul. Exactly. He's just at the end of the day, he's just a fucking guy that talks shit on the internet. Everybody talks shit on the internet. I mean, like, everybody.
And nobody should be shot for their thoughts.
No.
Nobody. But the fact that the left can sit here, or not the left. Yeah, the left. The left can sit here and say that nobody should be shot. Kids in school should not be shot. Charlie Kirk should not be shot. Donald Trump should have never been shot. None of these people should have been shot. The Minnesota congressman never should have been murdered in the middle of the night along with her husband.
Yeah. See, that was like a turning point. I feel like if Trump had come out and been like, yeah, we gotta knock that shit off.
Like, that shit never should have happened. No one should be dying. But the right The right literally made fun of every left-leaning person who got shot. They don't care when children get shot. The thing is we're all sitting here and saying Charlie Kirk should have never gotten shot. But if Charlie Kirk was not shot that day, and people mentioned the school shooting that happened on the same day,
It would have been the same shit. Yeah, we do like the same.
he sits there and says he doesn't care. He doesn't
Well,
have feelings towards it.
It's not that he doesn't. It's more like he just believes that shouldn't infringe on your rights.
There is a tweet from him where when the
Yeah, the difference. He's explaining the difference between empathy and sympathy.
no, there is a tweet from him on one of the on that
Sector
school
weather
shooting
alert.
that
A
happened
large
at the,
sandstorm is
the
approaching.
Christian school where they were all in the church praying. He literally, I believe he said he sat there and he was like, school shootings happen so often, I don't feel anything about it anymore. I have zero, it doesn't even faze me. But he's like, the moment that I found out they were transgender, he's like, bro, my show's gonna get so many fucking views. He's like, I'm giddy about it.
Yeah, just because he's a piece of shit doesn't mean I have to be a piece of shit.
No, because you can still sit
I'm
here.
not gonna let a piece of shit drag me down to his fucking level. You know what I mean?
No, you're not being dragged down to his level because you can admit that he never should have been shot, and those kids shouldn't have been shot.
Yeah, but that goes without saying. I think any reasonable person, right or left, would say the same thing.
Except for the right is not saying this.
MAGA isn't saying.
MAGA's, yeah, you're right. MAGA's not saying it.
Sector
But
weather alert. A large
that is a
sandstorm is
lot.
approaching.
I haven't actually looked, but I'm sure there's some people. I have to believe there's some people on the right that are like, hey, maybe we should have fucking jumped to conclusions, it's literally just for political gain.
I have been looking at so much stuff about it just because it's fucking everywhere, right? And it's popping up everywhere. And I have not seen anybody care about those kids.
Well, I think that they're all alive still. The only one who lost their life was... They died? I thought they were in critical condition. Well, unless they died recently, like...
I could look it up. You want me to look
They
it
could
up?
have. The last time I checked, they were in critical condition.
I saw this morning that there was three
One death was the
the
shooter.
shooter. So 2 of those kids
Sector
died.
weather alert. A large
And that was from
sandstorm is
something I saw
approaching.
this morning.
Okay, so yeah, maybe they died overnight. I don't know. All of it's kind of fucked up. You know. It's also like it just. I don't think we've had an assassination where like everybody watched it collectively.
Not in recent.
And in 4K, like multiple fucking angles, like I don't think there's ever been an assassination like that, has there?
No, I think the last assassination that was like televised was what was it, JFK or whatever?
Yeah, there's
was
something to
only,
be
like, 1 view of it.
there's something to be said that like there's like we've all gone through like a collective trauma. In a way, we're all kind of acting the same fucking way. Like we're all pointing the finger at each
Sector
other. It's
weather
like
alert. A large
we're all going
sandstorm
through
is
like
approaching.
It's the
Even if-
anger, denial, blah blah blah. Everyone's going through it.
yeah,
Every-
it's whatever you want to say about Charlie. Like he was pretty mainstream, so everybody fucking knew him. So it's
or at least heard of him in one way or another.
yeah, and then you just watch his fucking neck get blown out on fucking literally while you're taking a dump at work. You're getting fucking coffee.
I mean, I would have never actually seen the shot, except for the.
I don't
video.
understand how you wouldn't have seen it because it popped all over Instagram, all over fucking
I don't
everywhere.
know what your feed is filled with, but my feed doesn't actually show the violence usually. Most of the stuff that I have.
Oh yeah, that stabbing that happened. I watched that shit like fucking.
Yeah, everything that I've seen about the stabbing shows the moments before and a few moments after.
Oh no. If you
haven't
watch it, it'll break your fucking heart because the girl doesn't die immediately.
Sector weather
she
alert.
lays- she
A large
sits there, like, on the
sandstorm is
ground.
Confused.
Nobody,
Confused, like
nobody
what the
comes
fuck?
up and comforts her. Nobody, and that's what I'm also so sad about. The guy's just walking around the thing. But my feed does not actually show me the moment that she got shot. My feed does not show me the moment he got shot. Everything I have seen shows right until the second before he gets shot and cuts off. Everything I have seen.
Oh, so when I sent you that video, that wasn't something you were expecting to see.
No, like I said, all of my feeds, including Facebook, Twitter, Threads, Instagram, for some reason, a lot of the stuff I follow will be like, we'll show you until the moment before it happens, and then we cut it off. We're not going to show you the actual violence. So I don't know how your feed got the way it does. So when you sent me that video, that is the only video.
That was like
I've
the
seen
best
of it.
angle to see that in 4K,
Yes.
high definition.
The video you sent me is the only video I've seen of the actual shot. And I cannot get it out of my head, so I cannot imagine seeing all the different angles. You've probably seen every angle.
I mean, the one I sent you was the.
Probably the best angle. I get that. But also, I remember, like, everything that's on mine is just, it cuts off before the actual violence happens. You told me that you've seen all those, like, videos of those poor kids, like, Gaza and Ukraine and
Oh,
wherever else, where they're, like...
Oh,
like,
it's just body parts. It's literally like
Body-
just like a best.
My feed is not built
I
with
saw a
that.
video one of like a kid our age, and he's like, it's just literally like the upper part of his torso and his head, like half of his head, and he's like caught in body. They're trying to pick him out of the barbed wire. And it's just like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, my feed is not filled with that. My feed is definitely filled with stuff like, that has to do with Gaza and all that stuff. I saw a bombing, but the view I saw of the bombing of this hospital, and like, the thing is it's a very far away view. So like, you knew that there was people standing there, and then you see the explosion, and that whole side of the building is just gone. But they don't go up to the building and show you the body parts or the actual deaths or the anything like that. It basically cut off after that. It was like, okay, you saw what you needed to see. Like I said, most of the things I've seen are cutting off right before Charlie gets shot. Your video that you sent me is the only video I've seen where they can actually show it.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
The moment you
That
sent
ruined my day. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That was fucked up.
You sent me that, and I was like, this can't be real. There's no way that that's possible. And I know it's real, but my brain just could not process it. I did not actually expect, I know you said that it was going to be bad. I didn't actually expect that. Because I don't see my
Yeah, no. Most people don't. I'm sure there's a lot of people who thought that shit was fake too. Like,
and I knew it was real because I'm like, I definitely see the reports that Charlie was shot, but I was like, because I was expecting like the way Trump was shot. Like, oh, Donald Trump's been shot.
and it's kind of obscured.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, his ear got grazed. And you're like, okay, I mean, like, technically he was shot, but not really. Like, when I heard Donald Trump was shot, I was like,
Listen, even from those videos where it doesn't show the blood and it's from a far angle, you can see the impact on his fucking chest, dude. Like, that is not cool.
no. The kid grew up around,
Around gun? Yeah, no.
around guns. He knew what he was doing. When he took that shot, he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna sit here and fucking blame just conservative. I don't think there's any conservative tenet where you go out and blow someone's fucking neck off, you know?
No, this doesn't have to do with the right side actually being violent. I don't think the majority of people on the right are violent.
Yeah, I think it's one fucking crazy person doing
I
crazy
think
shit.
this was definitely, everyone that knows knew him is coming out basically saying that he was chronically on the internet. He was a Reddit dude.
Oh, my
That was
favorite
on
thing
Reddit
right
a
now,
lot.
dude, my favorite thing right now is people pretending like the term groiper is a new term.
Apparently it's been around for quite some time. I never.
When
heard
I was
it
on
before.
4chan and I was a fucking kid in high school, I was like, yeah, that was a whole fucking thing.
I had never heard of the term groiper before.
The first time Trump ran for president, Fuentes did a whole thing with it. It was the Young Republicans, and it was a bunch of these fucking nerds in suits. who are supposed to be the future of the Republican Party. It was Nick Fuentes and a bunch of other motherfuckers. They used the fucking word, the F slur, and, you know, we're gonna take America back, we need another holy crusade, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, he is apparently more far right than than even like MAGA is.
No, he is a Nazi. He's just a
Yeah.
certifiable neo-Nazi. There's no, like...
Like, if you want to talk about, like, because I know a lot of people will sit here and be like, oh, Donald Trump's followers are Nazis. No. Apparently, Nick Fuentes and the people who follow him are fucking crazy. Like, they are the extremists of the far right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yep. But how do you explain that to an old person? How do you explain fucking to boomers that a fucking notices bulge, oh woo? Like, how do I explain to them that catgirl humor is like big in the worker community? How do I explain to them that like a leftist wouldn't write, if you read this you're gay on a fucking bullet, you know? Like,
They they just hear that and they go, oh, like, he mentioned gayness. And it's like, that's not what it means, though. Like, I'm telling you, that conversation podcast I've been listening to, it's basically the parents are old people, like boomers. And the two kids are like our age, if not a little bit older. They're a little bit older than us, like 40s maybe, right? And they're honestly trying to have a conversation with their boomer parents, and it's impossible for them sometimes, because it's like, hey, here's some new information. Like, this person was most likely part of the super far right. And they just sit there and go, no, he had this written on the bullet. He's a leftist.
no, it's because when you say super far right, they just used to hear that from the left all the time. This is why words are important, you know? Like if we hadn't spent the last 2 years calling everyone super far, it could get worse than a boomer fucking shouting his mouth off on Facebook.
It can, yes.
Yeah.
But we've been saying that, like, this is not the... MAGA's not the worst it can get, but I think MAGA is like a,
It's a stepping stone. I mean,
it's a stepping stone, that's the word.
kind of like
for it.
TPUSA. All that TPUSA that Charlie Kirk did, even if they call him a nice guy and all that shit, that's gonna be co-opted by like Nick Fuentes.
Well,
It was
yeah.
already kind of starting to head that way. Like
What is it?
Kirk
white
would-
nationalist groups.
Kirk wouldn't debate Nick Fuentes for that reason, because like there was like an audience bleed every time.
It happened. No, white supremacist groups have come out and they are angry that Charlie Kirk was killed. And you have to sit there sometimes and be like, if Charlie Kirk did not want to associate, like, it doesn't matter if he personally associated himself with these white supremacist groups. These white supremacist groups followed him. They believed in him. They had some sort of, they have taken his death and made him a martyr for their cause. Whether he wanted that or not, unfortunately, these groups...
There's videos of Nick Fuentes calling out Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, Nick Fuentes didn't think that Charlie Kirk was far right enough. He didn't think Charlie Kirk was...
These are people who believe we should have another holy crusade in the U.S.
Yeah, and for him to, like... Because people could sit here and be like, no, Charlie Kirk was pretty far right? Like, he's up there because he doesn't believe women should have rights and all that shit. And you're like, okay, he's an asshole.
I mean, they shouldn't.
Arturo.
It's a joke, relax.
Like, he's over there on the far right. But then you have people who are so far right that they don't think that Charlie Kirk is conservative enough. What do you mean you don't think Charlie Kirk was conservative enough? That you wanted him to be even more conservative than he already was. Like, then you're just going to, like, extremist, crazy behavior.
But then also you see boomers and they say that immigration enforcement isn't going far enough. So like, what's far enough for these people?
That's the thing. That's what people have been sitting there and going, like, at what point
Are you just advocating and we just start shooting people on the street?
Fox News came out and said that
The solution to homelessness is either we institute everybody or give them voluntary lethal injections.
involuntary
Yeah, involuntary
injections.
lethal injections.
And like, They can just say that
Oh, but-
openly on their fucking show. What do you mean?
Mind you, like most most like veterans end up homeless because like we don't have
We don't have good mental health care and our
social safety nets for them.
and what is it? Our the health care for veterans. I've talked to veterans about this. They apparently there is an epidemic of veterans going to
The parking lot and then killing themselves.
and killing themselves in the parking lot.
Yeah, 'cause they'll go in and they'll refuse them service, or they'll have to wait an ungodly amount of time. They just shoot the instead of continuing on, they just fucking yeet
They
themselves.
they just kill themselves.
These
right
are
there
people
in
who
the
served like in like the hardest places on like they
They
probably saw
witnessed
combat.
They probably witnessed horrible,
They saw
horrific
they
things.
probably saw combat. They probably saw their friends die. You know, they saw some shit.
Children die, whatever it is that they saw. We should be taking care of these people. Instead, I
No.
believe Trump actually cut funding.
They caught funding for a lot of things.
But that's one of the things I believe he cut off funding to.
It's just
It's not
shit, the
talked
world
about.
is going crazy. I don't know what to tell you. On both sides, it's going fucking crazy.
Here to say that the left is probably going a little too far with their I don't want to be any gender or I want to go back and forth.
Hey, listen, I'm all for that too. Listen, I'm all for a little radicalism. I'm for a little punk rock, a little anti-establishment, right?
Right? Like I don't.
But also, there's a social construct that we have to like keep. There's an agreement that we make as humans. We want to live in a society where we can have movie theaters and like roads and shit, and you can feel safe leaving your kid at school. Like that's also a positive thing. So like, I don't know. There's what everyone is like on these like opposite sides, and there's like a clear middle where everyone would be happy, but it's not.
No one wants to be in the middle. You have to be on one of the sides of the fight. You can sit here and you can argue up and maybe they're going too far with something. Alright, whatever. But like, also, the thing about it is that it's not actually hurting people. Like, but also, whereas like other things, when you sit here and you're like, let's round people up and put them in concentration camps because I don't like that they're brown. Or, hey, I don't like that this person's dead. Let's revoke it. How are you gonna, like, they wanna revoke?
Isn't that what your mom would do? I don't like what you're saying, so I'm gonna take your door.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're run by a bunch of narcissists. It's a bunch of old boomers, and this is their final breath, their final racist fucking death rattle. And it's like,
When I look back at it, I can see why.
Trump talks like a 90-year-old dying grandma.
Yeah.
He talks in the same mannerism as just like an old posh grandma.
Yeah. Like he talks like any other old person.
My favorite
talks.
is the finger when he does.
When he gets mad at people, shut up, just listen, you never listen. That is the same type of shit my mom has said to me. Just listen, you never listen. And I just sit there when I hear someone talk like that, and I'm like,
Sounds like your mom.
It sounds like my mom.
That's why he's so popular. That's how he got popular. That's who his voter base is. The fucking boomers. Yeah, you know, there's a lot of time. They were talking about like bringing back like public execution for the killer of that one girl, right?
Uh-huh.
And I'm just sitting here like we used to have public executions. You know what white people did? They'd be like that kid over there. He whistled at a white woman. I don't like the way he whistled. Let's go get a mob and murder him on fucking live and take
publicly.
pictures. Yeah.
But also, if they think that like, oh, the thing is like, we've had public executions, we've had all that stuff, we've put people in prison and jail. It's not actually stopping any crime.
I would like to see the effect. I don't think people would put up if they found out that their homeless relative or like a bunch of people on the street got euthanized for the simple fact of not being able to own a home. How many homeless people go to work and are just homeless because they can't afford a home?
There's a lot of people. I know a ton of people. They sleep in their car, but they still go to work every day.
So do we euthanize those people too?
According to some of these people, yeah. Not to me. I don't think we should do that. I think that one of the things that I've actually heard about that I don't know a lot, whether these people can put it in drugs or whatever, but universal basic income, I think, would help a lot.
Yeah, but that's like you're reaching. That'll never fucking happen.
It'll never happen. But
Universal healthcare is a lot more doable, and it would like a lot of these people. It would open up a lot more eyes, a lot more nurses, teachers, psychologists, people that are in part of that field who maybe can catch that this guy has schizophrenia and he shouldn't be out. Maybe we have more money for centers where these people can fucking be treated. You know? Maybe we should treat the problem instead of just dumping people out in the fucking street when they don't have money.
Agree.
So
Well,
it, but
universal healthcare is something that I believe in. Obviously, that it's something I've been fighting for.
yeah, but we
years.
gotta be realistic.
But,
Giving people free money is not gonna work. That's
Well,
never worked ever.
It's not so much just giving them free money. It's such a small amount, but it at least gets these people fed. It gives you enough money to feed yourself.
Get
Maybe
them drugged up. It gets them. Again, you're just feeding into a habit. But
that still feeds into the economy.
yeah, but I don't think I want to live in a society where you have a bunch of fucking homeless people getting a bunch of tax dollars, and then it's gonna be worse because then you're just gonna have tents everywhere full of fucking weirdos. No, what we need is healthcare. We need treatment.
Healthcare, yes, healthcare should come first. But I think one thing that would help in the future after we take care of the healthcare is universal basic income.
That's never gonna happen, ever. You just, and that's the thing where it's like, at some point you have to meet people in the middle, and giving people free money is just not a thing that, even if I want it to be a thing, that's not something other people are on board with. People work too long and too hard to be okay with like, oh, we should just give this guy who's just gonna use it on drugs money. That's something that'll never happen. Like, it's a pipe dream. We should focus on things where shit is actually doable. I think even Republicans would agree that universal basic healthcare, just you go to a doctor and your problem gets solved and your life is destroyed.
Most Republicans I have spoken to, they don't want
I
universal.
don't know. Medicaid was a big issue during the last election, and like
Because they think-
Trump had to lie about like all of his like actual stances. I mean, none of them came through because he's a fucking liar. But he sat there and lied to everyone's faces. He went on debates and said, "I'm not gonna touch your Medicaid.
And then he cut Medicaid.
I'm not gonna." Yeah, but
if you actually talk to the Republicans, they think only people who are here illegally were cut off of Medicaid because they don't believe that American citizens were
and that's
cut off
my
of
yeah,
Medicaid.
and that's my next thing. I think we should put more money into schooling. I think a lot of people are fucking retarded, and they've never read the Constitution, and they've never read their founding fathers' founding documents. They never read the Federalist Papers, any writings by fucking any. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. If the founding fathers had their way, most poor people, including whites, would not have a say in the country. It would only be people who own homes or land. Even foreign nationals who did business here had more of a say than fucking peasants.
You want to join the conversation? So, Daddy, your thoughts?
What's up, buddy? What are you gotta give me some complaints. What are you complaining about? Nothing. Like, I'm good. I just had milk.
Just pull my hair to have fun.
He's upset, Shay.
No, he's actually in a good mood. When I picked him up, he talked to me. This morning, I woke up and I look over and he's over here in his crib just kind of talking to me. So I talked to him and he talked back. And we had like a 10-minute conversation this morning before I went in the shower. Right, buddy?
Okay, I'm gonna put this in here. I'm gonna go see a movie with Shay and them, and I'll be back later, and I'll start the DLC when I'm back in an hour or two. Like, follow, subscribe. I'll be back on later. Fucking forcing me to be a present father, Shay. How dare you? That was my idea, but oh, this kid is cutting into my video game time hardcore shit. Yeah. But I'm blaming the baby. He's smiling. They're taking the blame, buddy? Anyway, the point is, regardless of what you believe, love each other, don't be a dick. I'll be back on later. Bye.